So it was just another day getting in the woods, gonna look for some elk and just have a good day up high in the high country. Heard a noise and I turned. Here she came over the ridge and a wide open charge. Gave her a full blast of bear spray. I got up and I'm like, wow, I'm looking around, I'm like, wow, I just survived a grizzly bear attack.
Todd Orr was down this trail in the Lee Metcalfe Wilderness when he was attacked by that bear. His shoulder and his arm were torn up. He was about 3 miles from the trailhead and he was alone.
My adrenaline's going, my heart's beating. Like, okay, I need to just head on down the trail, get back down to the hospital and get stitched up.
Todd Orr thought he was lucky, very lucky. But that luck was about to change.
And all of a sudden I heard a snap of a branch or some noise behind me, and I just turned, and just right there was that bear a second time, and there was no time to even turn to spray. There was no time to get to my pistol. It was like I just turned like this and she pretty much knocked me to the ground. I went onto my face again, protecting the back of my neck. This time she was really mad. The first bite was in my left arm. I was up here and I heard the crunch of the bone and it ripped the tendons and the muscle and the nerves. My whole hand just crimped up like that and it made me wince, and I kind of went, ah, and I moved my arm away. When I did that, it just triggered like a frenzy of biting, and she was, you know, I'm a threat, and so she just started really jumping on me. She bit this arm maybe 20, 25 times, my shoulder. She's standing right in the middle of my back, kind of picking me up, slamming me down. Kind of turned me, and I'm hunkered down like this, and at the corner of my eye, I see I'm looking right into her side of her face. At like a foot away, I'm looking in her eye, and I'm just like, pull it back in, and I'm just trying to keep everything protected. And it was kind of like a sledgehammer with teeth, and she would, not just biting, but she would just forcefully slam me down, pick me up, kind of shake me, move me all over. I'm getting my face slammed into the dirt, my chest is getting smashed into my knees. At one point, a claw caught me right here on the side of the head, and I ripped a 5-inch gash on the side of my scalp, kind of scalped me, and my eyes immediately filled with blood. She was standing right on my lower back with her front claws, and they were just digging into my waistline, and she just had me pinned to the ground, smashed there, and I could just barely breathe, and I'm trying not to move. And I think she was just kind of looking around to see if her cubs were around, and then she would sniff me. And that was probably the eeriest part of the whole thing, was actually feeling and hearing her sniffing the back of my neck, and just knowing that she could at any point just bite right through my hands and into my spine, and it would be over. Then finally she stood there for a bit, and then she was gone. So I reached up really slowly and kind of wiped the blood on my eyes, and I looked each direction and didn't see her anywhere, but I saw my pistol laying over there about 10 feet away. So I just dove for the pistol out of the holster, hammer back just in case. Didn't see her, so I'm like, I got to get out of here. I can make it to the trailhead, and at that point, if I need to, I can do some first aid. And so it was just 3 miles, and it was like 45-minute hike probably, but it seemed like forever.
Once he got to his truck, Orr did something unusual and revealing that rocketed him to internet fame. He got out his phone and he pressed record.
She got my head good. I don't know what's under my hat. My ear, my arm, pieces of stuff hanging out. I don't know what's going on in there. And then my shoulder, it's ripped up. I think my arm's broke, but legs are good. Internal organs are good. Eyes are good. I just walked out 3 miles, and I go to the hospital.
Orr made it to the Madison Valley Medical Center in Ennis. 8 months later, he still has some nerve damage in his left hand, and he thinks the bear spray eventually helped drive away the animal that attacked him.
Be safe out there. Bear spray doesn't always work, but it's better than nothing.
In the Madison Range, near Ennis, John Shearer, MTN News.